circuit itself is set in the middle of this beautiful park, surrounded by trees and encircling the central lake. Although only first used a year ago, the drivers seem to like the circuit. The blend of relatively fast straights and quick corners over its 3.3-mile length make for an exciting race.
How's it going, guys? Welcome to the race, the first race of the season for Stewart. So there's our teammate, Jan Magunssen, back down there, 19th. We are 10 spaces ahead of him, as you saw on the starting grid there, introduced by Murray Walker. But to go over it again, we've got Williams, Frentzen on the front row, followed by Schumacher, Jean Alesi, Gerhard Berger, and Giancarlo Fisichella down in 6th. We then have Ralf Schumacher in the other Jordan, Eddie Irvine in 8th, us in 9th, and DC in 10th. Followed by Mika Hakkinen in 11th, Shinji Nakano and Olivier Panis in the two Prost, and Johnny Herbert down there in 14th in the Sauber. We then have his teammate Nicola Larini, followed by Mika Salo and Damon Hill, the world champion, in the Arrows in 17th, Jos Verstappen in his Tyrrell in 18th. Then is our teammate Jan Magunssen, Jarno Trulli in the Minardi. There's Pedro Diniz in the other Arrows, and Ukyo Katayama are bringing up the rear there. So here we are, we're going to the grid for the first race of the 1997 Formula 1 season, Stewart's debut season here. We have Rubens Barrichello starting from 9th in the Stewart, and we are go. So Ralf Schumacher's immediately taking Fizzy there, and Fizzy is we've lost some time, Oh, there goes our wing. Our front wing's gone. We turned into a McLaren there, and our front wing is gone. It didn't take much. Let's see how I can go in this first, because I don't want 10 laps. I've just lost all downforce. Obviously lost all downforce. This is ridiculous. I have to lift off quite severely to get every corner. Oh, that's not the ideal start. We've lost 2 places. Lost 2 places and a front wing. It's okay, and the thing is, we're holding up. We are holding up at a big train of Prosts, Prost and Saubers and Arrows there. I think Damon might be part of that, but we have. Oh, it's a nightmare. We have lost our wing on the first corner. We tried to avoid the melee. I'm going okay just now. Let's see. Maybe catching up on the guys in front. It's the slow speed corners. That's where I'm having problems. But it's good, and it's quite the oversteer as well. So DC was 2 seconds in front of us. I don't think that is quite 2 seconds. I'm keeping up, not too bad. Let's go again. Let's go for another lap. No, I'm going to tell my race engineer no. I don't want it to come in. I'm just going to manage it. Oh no, I can't manage it. I've spun. Right. Let's just go. Not the most legal there, but I'm just not going to. If I do this, right, there's the fuel, and fuel to the end of the race. Tyres, front wing. Can we go to the end of the race here? Let's try. I don't know if the tyres will hold out, but we've got to give it a go. Let's go for the hero strategy. So we are. Oh yes, Ukyo Katayama's managed to get past because I was in the pits, Murray. So, yes, this could be a very, very lonely race from here. No, it's going to be a lonely race if I keep running wide. Oh, this is Martin talking about the wonderful world of pair-offs. So fueled up to the end of the race. Hopefully the tyres can last, because it's when the tyres go in this game, they go big time. Frenssen's taken Villeneuve in the first lap there. Well, sorry, Williams number 1, John Newhouse, whatever he was in the Grand Prix 4. Was it Grand Prix 4, John Newhouse? Or was it Grand Prix 3? I don't know when. I'm not actually... No, I don't think it is number 4, because 4 was much later. No, well, Villeneuve was thingy. Villeneuve was still in 2002, I suppose. Was that when that came out? Answers on a postcard or on a comment below, please. See, this is heartbreaking, because we had such a good... I mean, this is us like I was doing the qualifying laps again, really. Immediately regretting putting damage on, not going to lie. So we are quicker than Katayama. If we can catch up with Katayama, I would accept not finishing last. If I'm honest. I mean, I mean, tell us how far away we are. I mean, come on, that would be quite nice. I'm getting, yeah, I think I'm getting quicker. 2 seconds there. So I think the one in the, yes, I'm getting quicker. Yeah. I'm getting further away from Frentzen, but that's to be expected. He is on a quicker car. I think the brackets are what it was, and then the one not in the brackets is what the gap is now. So I think I gained 2 seconds on Katayama there. So there is the potential that I can catch up with Ukyo Katayama before the race is run. I did slightly cut that corner, but did I gain an advantage? No. So there's no advantage to be gained when you're driving on a track by yourself, almost. Ukyo Katayama. This is just track mastery at its finest. I do blame, is Mika Hakkinen going to be the new Martin Brundle, I ask? Martin Brundle, who was notorious for ruining our races in the Mansell series. Look at, I've taken 5 seconds off. Oh yes, this is the way. This is the way. I've taken 5 seconds off of Katayama. This could be a non last place finish, as long as the tyres hold up. Really. Even then, I mean, I think how long do they go for? Oh, I've just set the fastest lap of the race, so I mean, it does help when you're not chasing anybody. Rubens Barrichello's only 24 at this point. My goodness. There you go, Murray Walker, the thingy, the nugget of wisdom there. I seem to have cut that corner again, but I'm not even going to be on the. If this was being broadcast live, I wouldn't even be on the telly. The stewards aren't even watching me. So I've taken another 7/10 off Katayama. So he must be somewhere close. Oh, was that him there? Or was that just a visual glitch? Who knows? Not. It must have been a thing. I must be seeing things. It must be a mirage, having been out here all on my own for. So I'll set the fastest. Is that my fastest lap, or is that the fastest lap? Heinz-Harald Frenzen's still out first here. So we changed thingy. History was changed in the Mansell McLaren season. Damon Hill actually won the 95 World Championship in that season. So is history are we going to change the course of history here? Could Heinz-Harald Frentzen be the one to take the mantle off Damon at Williams, the number 2 driver? Or are we just going to see domination or are we going to see another Jacques Villeneuve? There's Katayama there. We're going to see a Jacques Villeneuve World Championship, right enough. So here we go. I think I see Katayama up front. I did see Katayama up front. Up ahead of us. Come on. In our sights. No, I'm not. There he's there. Oh my goodness, that was an accident. I didn't do that on purpose. I promise you all. I wanted to keep the integrity of this to the highest magnitude. There is the chase. There's all the guys there. I've got them up wonderfully. Uh, yeah, I was just so focused on trying to find where they were that I completely didn't. I just lost, wasn't paying attention. So there goes somebody diving into the pits. Is that our teammate? I think it is. And I think there's a Minardi getting in there as well.
He forces his way through.
And I'm just going to go round another Minardi here on the inside.
That lap time.
Oh, we're taking his front wing off. Oh,
I can see
an eye for an eye. That's Katayama. I think I'm here just round you go Katayama's race there. Well, he had to pit anyway. I think I'm going to need to pit again, which is, well, I do. Really depends on the tyres. It would be a pit for tyres only. I don't need to fuel up. I've fueled to the end. So that's an advantage. I just go in, get a new set of boots and head back out again. Now up to 15th. Lovely. So there was a lot of people dove into the thingy, dove into the pits there.
Mika Häkkinen. Hang on.
Tyre wear is getting bad.
So the tyre wear's getting bad. So like I'll need to come in this lap. So the tyres would have lasted half the race. So I probably would have had to dive into the pits with that gaggle of cars there. So I'll do it now. Don't need to refuel. So hopefully it's going to be a quick one. Hopefully it can be a quick one. I don't know if that was me braking late or that was just the tyres going. Not quite sure. As we're going to come up here, there's another Minardi in this. So they're staying out. There is one car coming in. Is that a Ferrari? That cannot be a Ferrari coming in just in front of us there.
With that damage, I would think that his team will replace the rear wing when he stops.
I don't want a replacement rear wing.
Been practicing this over and over again until it's perfect.
They do want to replace the wing. This is a nightmare. Right, there we go. I'm out again. 21st. That was a Ferrari. I'm in front of a Ferrari. I could potentially finish in front of a Ferrari here. This is wonderful.
He's been overtaken by Magnusson.
So my teammate, he did pit the last time, so he's now out in front of us. He was 19th in the same position that he started in. We're back in 20th, which is a bit of a nightmare. Thank you, Mika Häkkinen. And Ukko Katayama can thank Mika Häkkinen as well, to be honest, because it was that racing there. That must be Irvine. I don't see Schumacher in the top 6 there actually, so who knows who it is. It must be Eddie Irvine surely, because he didn't qualify very well. But then they've down 21st. I mean, is that, who knows? But this race just got interesting. We're in a fight here for potentially for like some, albeit lower positions. But you know, that's where a lot of the fun at the early stages of the Mansell season came. Me trying to claw, beg, borrow, and steal every position that I can. Are we going to employ team orders here? And get and ask Jan to move over? Who knows? That would need to come from Sir Jack. But I'm pulling away from thingy. I'm pulling away from Irvine. Well, I was pulling away from Irvine. I thought I was anyway. He's still there. I can hear him come. You can very distinctive. I took that corner very well. Hopefully got the run on Magnusson here. Oh yes, there we go. Team orders. Here we go. Whoop. Goodbye, Goodbye, J Mag.
Certainly help him catch the car in front. That's past Magnusson.
2 laps to go, and I have got a very, very itchy face. This is not as a distraction I don't need. I'm now in 19th. There is a car in front, that is within catching distance. There, it's there. I'm just trying to keep there. Yes, there he's there. So I'm just trying to. Who is that now? Is that a Prost? No, I don't think it'll be a Prost. I think it'll be an Arrows. There's 2 cars there, in fact. So so there's. Oh, I think obviously Williams number 1 obviously had a very early pit stop. Because he's now 8 seconds ahead of Frentzen now. So that's a miraculous turnaround. That Frenssen's been in some trouble, being in the war. So there's 2 more places in front of us there that we can attack. One of them is definitely an Arrows. I can see by the red, white and blue. Who's the other one? That must be a Tyrrell. Let's just stay back from... Oh, we're going to go for it. Let's go. There's a Tyrrell. There's a Tyrrell. Oh, I've got round there. That was an excellent manoeuvre, if I don't say so myself. I just gave them enough space to make sure that they gave me enough space. So I am quite happy with the execution of that one. There is another Arrows in front of us in 17th place. Sorry, we're in 17th place. Another Arrows in front of us in 16th. So what is going to... 2 laps remaining to try and claw back as much as we can. This has been, I must say, this has been a fantastic recovery drive, if I don't say so myself. We're about a minute behind the leader, but we're not going to get lapped, which is always good. There's an Arrows in front of us, so we're climbing back up. Again, did 9th potentially... Was a 9th place start? How long would we have stayed there? I mean, potentially we would have been swallowed up by cars and ended up back here anyway. At one point, maybe I mean, there was an outside chance of a point possibly, but realistically, first race of a new team. In real life, it was a double DNF. A double DNF. I'm going to go around the outside of the Arrows here. It was a double DNF in real life, so we've already improved. We're now overtaking world champions. I mean, come on. I need to rein it in. Obviously, because we went on a good run towards the end of the season with Nigel Mansell, I'm thinking we're world beaters, but we've got to be very realistic. This is a retelling of a retelling and a reimagining of Jackie Stewart's team's first season, which was beset with reliability issues. Fingers crossed that doesn't happen to us. I mean, as I say, Barrichello will be lucky. You can count in one hand the amount of races Barrichello finished over the course of the season. So, we're not home and hosed yet, but we finished the race. Potentially, we've gone the full distance here. Not the result we would like, but at this point in time, we don't know for a backmarker or midfielder or otherwise. So, if we can finish in 16th, we'll take that. First time out, we'll take that. I mean, we're still here. We've actually made it to the race. We're not Mastercard Lola at the end of the day. So Johnny Herbert 7 seconds in front. We're doubtful we're going to make that up unless he has a disaster in the last half lap or so. Jean Alesi crossing to take the last podium place for Benetton. I think we were, by the sounds of that, we were possibly gaining on Johnny Herbert, but we ran a bit wide there. But we'll consolidate 16th. No one is behind us, so we've managed to pull away from Damon there. And we're going to come round here. There we go. So Rubens Barrichello round the last lap, the last corner of the last lap to cross the finish line in 16th place for Stewart. First time out. We will take that, ladies and gentlemen. We will take that. As we see the glare, the stony glare into Jean Alesi's eyes there. We'll take that. I mean, we're not going to moan too much about a 16th place finish. We've had worse. We did get the fastest lap, a 1:33.1. So we were ploughing round there at a fair clip. Maybe we would have got some points. Who knows? But we won't dwell on that because we know, as we can see, the car has got some pace in it. So fingers crossed for at some point later on in the year we're going to get some good luck and maybe get some good results. But as it stands just now, there is your top 6, which is also going to be the top 6 in the Drivers' Championship. Villeneuve 10, Frentzen 6, Alesi 4, DC 3, Hakkinen 2, Berger on 1. No points at all for any of the Ferrari drivers, which will be very disappointing to them. So there is your Constructors' Championship, obviously, 0 points for Stewart Grand Prix. Williams commanding lead already with their 1-2, 16 points, 5 apiece for Benetton and McLaren. So that is us, folks, on, for the first race of the new season. We move on now. I believe the next round is in Brazil, so back to another track that we don't need. We don't need any introduction to, and we know very well. Next one after that is Buenos Aires. So for those who haven't seen the Argentine Grand Prix from the Mansell McLaren series, go and watch that as I struggle my way round in last place again in the Buenos Aires track. Don't like that track whatsoever, but that's for a couple of weeks' time. Next one up is Brazil, as we say. But thank you all very much for watching. It's greatly appreciated. And until next time, have a good one.